What is up? We are back. I got my boy Logan here. What's happening, bro?
Yo, yo, yo. Excited to toss this, man.
Yeah, so he's got this new finish line torque that is coming out on August the 23rd. And then we're also out here, we've got a couple testers here, some bleeps as you all have come to know them. So we'll probably just call these out as like number 1 and 2, really no expectations of kind of how they're going to fly. So hopefully some first looks and then give you some impressions and feedback. Let's get into it. For context, for the people when they're watching, like when you're comparing it to disc, like what's a like, you know, you've been playing a couple times a week and you go out and throw. Like, what's a standard backhand for you in terms of distance?
I mean, I'd say like 370 to 400. I feel pretty comfortable like hitting that consistently. I think maximum I maybe put something to 425.
See, I would say like I was thinking in my head, just seeing you play a lot. I was thinking like 450 is like your.
That's a
Like
perfect
you
throw.
just smoke it,
Flip up a little bit. Yeah.
But I think like, you know, that 375, 400 number is like single angle. I'm not trying to do too much.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to put it in. So for context, I'd say you probably throw it 25 to 50 feet further than me, like if I'm trusting that.
Side cap.
Yeah.
That's why they call him Cap Matt.
Ryan, give us some thoughts.
Yeah, man. I think, you know, the bleep number 2, the one that's a little bit more, you know, flippy or flips up a little bit more, man. That thing is money. I think I said it already, but that thing just goes and, you know, absolutely, you know, stays stable in its turn, if that makes sense, right? It never gives you the sense it's going to flip over on a crank. And yeah, man, that thing is so good. I think it's hard to make this, you know, in that area, but this one, it just seems like a home run. And then, I mean, I love the rally. The rally. Those of you that know me or play with me know I love a crave, and this thing just feels like the cousin of the crave. Like, it flips up so nice and really goes far. I mean, I probably threw this further than anything else here, and what speed is this?
8 speed.
8 speed? Yeah, so this thing will go. Really fun disc. Rally's a perfect name for it, but I love this today.
Yeah, I called you after I threw it, and I made what is, you know, again, like a fairly controversial statement, I think. I called you and said, this rally is kicking the crave out. And
I said, you're a liar.
Say?
I was like, that's blasphemous. Don't say stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
But I mean, I like it a lot. Like, I explain that. There's certain discs that you hold it and you just feel confident stepping up on the tee.
Yeah.
The rally definitely gives that. So, yeah, good disc, man.
Yeah.
I like all this.
Yeah, so again, we're throwing pinks, nice and stable. We got some blues and orange. When it comes to number 2, that one should be a little bit straighter. But so far, I mean, like I said, probably halo, like most stable halo wraith you've ever thrown, or, you know, maybe not a 2021 Calvin, you know, but pretty close. Like, it's pretty close to like a stock halo destroyer you're gonna pick up. You know, right in between that from a speed perspective, and then this number 2, like, I mean, like a really nice pro or star wraith, or, you know, maybe even slightly seasoned destroyer. Like, if you've thrown a destroyer for a year, like, that's what this thing is out of the box. So I'm excited to throw this more, and I think as this beats in, like, stability hasn't been the issue. Like, we threw a couple on Anheuser, and they rode a little bit, but they finished on a decent amount of edge. So I'm excited to, like, beat these things in a little bit and see.
Absolutely.
I think these ones are going to be absolute bombers.
Yeah, I'll take 5.
All right, we'll get back into it. Oh, someone just made a very cool putt. So when it comes to, you know, kind of stable drivers, and I'd consider both of these to be stable drivers. The pinks are going to be your headwind, right? Something that you can crank over on forehand, lean on backhand, and put it on a lot of ante, and know that it's going to come back. We didn't have a lot of wind today, but I think into a headwind, it's going to fly pretty straight. Still relatively good push. Like, the disc still wants to fly, which is nice. And then the blue ones, the bleep number 2, those are day 1, order it, get it out of the mail, straight in the bag, and it's going to be one of the dailies. So I think you're really going to enjoy it. Push up, rides hyzer really well, flies fairly far. I mean, I really enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to getting in everybody's hands. All right, we're back at the truck. Loag, thanks for coming out. And be sure, guys, on Instagram, it's at LTP45.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So go give him a follow. Thanks for throwing these. Member of Team Finish Line, so we appreciate you coming out. We play. a lot of pickleball.
Yeah.
We work together, so he sees me enough. So I really appreciate him carving out some time and coming and hanging.
Absolutely.
But yeah, give me some thoughts on like what you thought today. Run me through the disc.
Yeah, no, I mean, I talked a lot about the rally. I think that's the one that I would say was my favorite today. I think it's just going to be a great disc for a lot of different arm speeds. Like, it's pretty forgiving on the flip up. Like, it's not going to tank over on you. But it just gets a crazy amount of distance for an 8-speed. So really should go in anybody's bag and everybody's bag. This disc feels like a utility disc, a utility headwind, something where you need it to finish left and left hard, maybe even a spike, and then it probably fits better on the forehand, just because it's hard to roll over. I think there was a couple times where I rolled my wrist and was surprised that this thing didn't just dive in the ground. It fought out of it. So definitely a great option to have in the bag. And then I think this one stole the show when it came to just highlight throws. Overall, all around, great disc, season destroyer. Something in that realm. Parked a few, was able to push it pretty far. So a great staple type of driver. And then the torque was, I think I said, most consistent. Like, I think anytime I'm playing a course that doesn't require me to throw my max distance, and I want to make sure that I'm not overcooking something, like this was great on forehand, backhand, spike, low, super universal. It's the same reason why everybody loves the Firebird and the Raptor. I think this fits right in there, and it's a great add to the bag. So all in all, I mean, I really don't think I'm overhyping anything. They all flew really great. Rally's my favorite, I'd say, and but everything else, super consistent. So loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we hit on the points, and we talked about it a little bit earlier. Again, very, very stable. So the Pinks, bleep number 1, bleep number 2, like day one out of the box, it'll be a favorite disc. So I don't think like losing these is going to be too sad because it's so good, right? When you get out of the box. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting. I can see beating this one up for a season and getting that really consistent finish, but getting some mid-flight out of it and losing it, and it's going to take a little bit beating in, which will be good. And obviously, again, these are test flights, so when the production runs, we'll get these in hands, and maybe it moves a little bit, but I think that's going to be what we're going to see. Okay, so this guy going to be available to retailers on August the 16th, available for everybody else on August the 23rd. InfiniteDisc.com to go check that out. And then the Rally, we still getting these in, getting these all stamped. Keep an eye out. There's going to be an announcement on how to get one of these maybe a little bit early, but from a general release, we're targeting about the first week of September. So we're going to be having a couple discs come out pretty close back to back, again on InfiniteDisc.com. So go be sure to check all these out, and we'll see you in the next one.